Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's a little heavy, but so incredibly important. Fake friends. We all want to surround ourselves with people who lift us up, who are genuinely happy for our wins, and who are there to catch us when we fall. But sometimes, people who we think are our friends are actually wearing a mask. It's a painful realization, but identifying these relationships is the first step toward building a healthier, more authentic social circle. We're going to break down the 5 common types of fake friends, and I can almost guarantee that at least one of these will sound very, very familiar. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's get real about the people we let into our lives. First up, we have the taker, also known as the social vampire. This friend is all about what you can do for them. They only seem to pop up when they need a favor, a ride, some money, or a shoulder to cry on. The conversation is always, and I mean always, centered around them. Their problems, their drama, their needs. When you try to talk about what's going on in your life, you can almost feel them zoning out. They might give you a quick, "Oh, that's crazy," before immediately steering the conversation back to themselves. It's like a one-way street of emotional and practical support. You give, and they take. And when you finally need something from them, suddenly they're too busy or just completely vanish. This relationship leaves you feeling drained, used, and unseen. It's not a friendship. It's a transaction where you're the only one paying. Next on our list is the competitor. On the surface, this person seems like a supportive friend. They cheer you on, but there's always an underlying current of competition. When you share good news, like a promotion at work or a new relationship, their first reaction isn't pure joy for you. Instead, you'll notice a subtle attempt to one-up you. They might say, "Oh, that's great. My boss was just talking about promoting me to an even higher position." Or, "He sounds nice. The person I'm seeing is a surgeon who also volunteers on weekends." They can't stand to see you have the spotlight for even a second. This friend is constantly measuring their success against yours. Your achievements don't inspire them. They threaten them. Being around them feels less like a partnership and more like a never-ending game they're determined to win, which is completely exhausting and not what real friendship is about. The third type is one of the most hurtful, the gossip. This person knows all of your secrets, your insecurities, and your private thoughts because you trusted them. But that trust is their currency. They use your personal stories as social collateral to make themselves seem interesting or to bond with other people. You might hear from a mutual acquaintance something you told your friend in confidence. When you confront them, they'll often get defensive, saying things like, "It wasn't a big deal," or "I didn't think you'd mind." But deep down, you know. A true friend acts as a vault for your secrets, not a megaphone. Friendships built on trust are sacred, and someone who breaks that trust for a little bit of drama isn't a friend at all. They're just collecting information and using your life as their personal entertainment. Now let's talk about the fair weather friend. This is the person who is always there for the good times, but is nowhere to be found when things get tough. They're the first person to RSVP to your birthday party, your celebration dinner, or a fun weekend trip. They thrive on positive energy and fun, but the moment you're going through a breakup, dealing with a family issue, or just having a really bad mental health day, they become a ghost. Your calls go to voicemail, and your texts are left on read. They don't have the emotional capacity or the willingness to support you through hardship. They only want the highlight reel of your life, not the behind-the-scenes struggles. True friendship is about weathering storms together, not just basking in the sunshine. A friend who bails when the rain starts isn't a friend you can count on. And finally, the fifth and perhaps most subtle type, the underminer, also known as the passive-aggressive critic. This friend disguises their jealousy and criticism as jokes or brutal honesty. They'll give you backhanded compliments like, "Wow, that dress is so brave. I could never pull that off." Or, "I'm so surprised you got that job. Good for you." These little digs are designed to chip away at your self-esteem. They make you question your choices, your abilities, and your worth. They don't want you to fail outright, but they certainly don't want you to get too confident or successful. Their goal is to keep you at their level or slightly below. This is a toxic dynamic because it's often hard to call out. They can just say, "I was only joking. You're being too sensitive." But trust your gut. If someone consistently makes you feel small or bad about yourself, even in a joking way, they are not your friend. So, what do you do when you realize one of these people is in your life? It's not easy. The first step is acknowledging the reality of the situation without making excuses for their behavior. Your feelings of being drained, hurt, or insecure are valid. Next, you need to create distance. This doesn't always have to be a dramatic, friendship-ending confrontation. Sometimes it's a slow fade. You stop being the first to reach out. You become less available for their one-sided requests. You start investing your precious time and energy into people who reciprocate, who celebrate you, and who show up for you, rain or shine. You are essentially teaching people how they can treat you. By creating boundaries, you're making space for healthier, more authentic connections to enter your life. It can be a lonely process at first, but prioritizing your own well-being is the ultimate act of self-love. Remember, the quality of your friends is so much more important than the quantity. You deserve friendships that are a source of joy and support, not stress and anxiety. It's crucial to remember that letting go of a toxic friendship isn't a failure. It's a success. It's you choosing your own peace and happiness. It's a sign of growth and self-respect. True friends, the real keepers, are the ones who listen as much as they talk. They celebrate your wins as if they were their own, without any hint of competition. They keep your secrets safe and defend you when you're not around. They show up with tissues and ice cream during the bad times, not just champagne for the good times. And most importantly, they make you feel good about being exactly who you are. They lift you up. They don't subtly tear you down. These are the people worth holding on to. As you move forward, focus on nurturing those relationships. Be the kind of friend you want to have, and you will attract that same energy back into your life. Your circle may get smaller, but the quality of your connections will become infinitely richer. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I know this was a deep one, but I hope it brought some clarity. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Stay strong and keep investing in relationships that truly matter. I'll see you in the next one.